Welcome to part 2 of the tutorial. I hope you enjoy. For round 22, we're going to increase 8 times, and this is for starting the body. For round 23, we're going to do 1 single crochet, an increase, and we're going to repeat this 8 times. For rounds 24 to 30, we're going to do 24 single crochets. So at this point, I want to start working on the arms so that it'll be easier for me to hide the loose ends on the inside of the body instead of having to weave them in. So then I am going to start on the arms now before closing up the body. So if you can hear in the background,
I guess not. There's no.
I'm watching. Here, I'll show you.
Okay, let's. You're also no. I want these. Fingers crossed. Is there a secret? I don't know if there is.
Yeah, I'm watching. I'm gonna pause it right now.
I guess not.
I'm watching Oligo, and I'm a huge fan of watching her videos, listen to her videos, because it's easy to listen to, and it's nice in the background when I'm crocheting, and then I also like collecting things, so that's why these videos are kind of like a little bit more addicting to me to watch. I watch a few other YouTubers who unbox blind boxes. In the past, I haven't been into blind boxes, but now I get the hype and I get the excitement of opening a box and thinking, oh, what's gonna be in the inside of the box? So yeah, I'm trying not to collect so much because I do have the tendency to collect so much and then afterwards I kind of regret it. Just like when I started collecting Funko Pops, I stopped collecting those, by the way, and I started giving them away too. So I am not actually collecting those anymore unless I find something that's really special and I really want to get it. Probably like the Jolly BB. I probably want that, but those are really expensive, so I can't really get those. But yeah, I probably would get the Jolly BB. I am actually thinking of crocheting a Jolly BB. I'm not sure if someone has done it. Someone probably has done it before, but I'm gonna have that as an idea to do for this channel. Actually, this arm seems kind of big. Let me see. Yeah, I think I want to do 6 stitches instead of 8. That's too much. Too many stitches, man. Here, let's just start over. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's just do that because that's a lot better than when we started with 8. That's too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh wait, you just want to go up to 6. Anyway, there's 6 stitches for the first row. I want to add a marker here and pull this tight. And then I probably want to go probably like 10 rows or so for the arms. I want the arms to be fairly skinny because I want to make the jacket, like her little jacket that goes over her kimono. I don't know what it's called, with this yarn, because the hair is already this yarn and I want to make it different than the brown of her hair. So I'm going to do this over the pink and I think that will look good. Okay, so we're going to work on this for several rows. I am not going to bother stuffing her arm because it's very, very small. So I'm just going to leave it as is. Okay, so I think this is a lot better. 6 stitches is a lot better than 8. 8 was way too big. So let's see. Oops. Yeah, that would be a lot better, because then that would be dangling out the bottom past, a little bit past the jacket. So the jacket, so this would be the bottom, the hand, and then the jacket would be like right here, and then I want the jacket to be maybe 4 stitches. So I'm going to cut this so it's not in the way. So I'm just going to keep going until I get to the length that I want, which it's kind of hard to tell because I don't have the body made, but I can't have the body made this time because, let's stuff this back into the body. There. I don't have the body made because I want to attach the parts onto the body while it's easy to do right now. And I don't want to have to hide ends. That's because, I mean, that's kind of like everyone's least favorite job. Hiding the ends. Especially hiding the ends in the body that's stuffed. Sometimes the stuffing comes out a little bit when you try to feed the yarn all over the place when you're hiding it. So yeah, that's not my favorite, but I mean, you do what you have to do to make it look clean, and so nothing unravels and none of the ends are sticking out. Alright, so I was making the thing I had shown you before, the kimono, and it didn't work out. It didn't look good. So I'm going to try it this way. So I'm going to try to make like an oval shape, and I think that might work. Maybe, I don't know, because the other thing I tried did not work. So maybe this oval shape will work. If I make it long enough and wrap it around, I think it will look similar to what it's supposed to look like. Anyway, I don't actually know how long this is supposed to be, so this is like a trial and error thing. So to start an oval, you're supposed to start with a chain and then you work around like this. So you pretty much crochet and then you crochet the back of the chain, and then you just keep going, and you're just increasing here. But if you really want to increase correctly, because sometimes it doesn't do it right and it kind of doesn't stay flat like it's supposed to, you can also increase just a little bit more on the edges just to get the shape that you want. So I think I might have to do that. But right now I have a chain of 20. So you're going to do a single crochet in each of the chains, starting in the second chain from the hook. And then in the very last chain, so since this is chain 20, I did so far 18 single crochets. So now I am going to, let's see, let's get closer. Now I'm going to, whoa, that's a little too close. Whoa, wrong way. Okay, so now in this chain right here, the very last one, we're going to work 3 stitches. One, 2, 3. Okay, so in the middle of that, the 3 stitches, which is this one, we're going to put a marker. So that's what we're going to do every single time. You're going to put a marker in every single one of these, and if you wanted to make the sides different, you could put like different colored markers on one side and on the other side, just so you can tell which side you're working on. Or if you've completed an oval or a round, I guess this would be called a round even though you started with a chain. So now you're going to turn, so this is where we were. Whoops. This is where we were, and then now you're going to turn it around this way, and you're going to work on the back of the chains. So you're going to do next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, 19 is this last one. And we're going to do 3 in that one. 1, 2, 3. So then in this middle one, you're going to put a marker. I'm going to use, not that one, a brown one. So I know that I've done a second increase right here. So I just want to make sure I have all the stitches correct because sometimes it's hard to tell. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You want to find the beginning. So instead of, okay, so that's the beginning. So I'm just going to keep going into the first stitch, which is this one. Whoops. There. So you're going to go all the way around. So for prior to like increasing this one and going around to the back, I would suggest to put a marker on the first stitch because once you start going around and crocheting in the back, it's going to get confusing and you're not going to be able to tell sometimes where the first one is, and then you're not going to know which one to continue on to, and then you're going to be missing like one stitch or something, which is not a big deal. You could always add it later, but you want to not miss that. So that's why I was counting back from here to over there and seeing where the 18th one was. So now you don't really have to count. You just have to I guess keep track of how many repeats you've done. Actually, I probably should. I'm going to add a marker for every time I increase so I can tell you guys how many times I increased at the end. At the edges. So I want to do this. I really hope that this method works, or we're going to have to start over and think of something else to do for the edges. Now you see how here it's kind of like kind of bending like this. I think I want to do an increase right here. And then an increase right here. And then an increase here. So pretty much 3 times. Instead of just in the middle, I want to increase twice. Alright, then I'm going to do that to the next one, but I want to put a marker in the middle. The middle one, which is, let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So this is the middle. Right, middle 2 stitches. Let's see if I can find a longer. Okay, this one. So in the middle 2 stitches, I would add a marker here. And then over here, I'm going to add a marker. Whoops. There. So now there is where the middle one is, because I did increase 3 times. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so now we've reached the 3 stitches that we made. On the other side I did increase once, increase twice, and then increase a 3rd time. So you do 3 increases here. And then I want to put a marker Okay, so there. You can see it's not bending too badly. But I think, let's see, it keeps going this way. I'm looking to see how it's going to wrap around the body. Let's check. So, okay, so far it's not reaching, which is good because I need it to be longer first before it starts doing it. But you see how it creates this thing that I need to do that. So hopefully it does work. And hopefully I didn't chain too much at the beginning because I'm starting to think that I did. Okay, so I think we're just going to keep going then. Since it looks okay right now. It looks like it's what we want. So just going to keep going. So far we've increased twice at the ends. Let's see how many times we have to do that. I feel like we have to do it like 5 times. I kind of want to do like a double crochet just to make this grow more, like double crochet where it's, you know, at the top and the bottom, not at the edges, because that would make it grow way too much. But okay, so now that we've reached the middle, I think I just want to increase in the middle this time. So 1, 2, so that's a 1 increase and then another one. So we're just going to do 2 increases and see where that goes. And then with this increase, oh, I think I crocheted that in there. Yeah. I just want to pull this out. Make sure I'm not crocheting the marker with it. Okay, so in the ones that just got increased, I want to put a marker in the middle of that, just so I know where the middle is. There. As you can see, where you increase kind of shifts. You can see how it's kind of not completely in the middle. Right there. Yeah. It's towards the top rather than in the middle here. So I think what I want to do, since this is actually looking like the middle, I want to put the marker there instead. So you're going to have to keep adjusting where you're going to increase. Because if you keep increasing this way, and I've noticed this every time we make an oval, it is going to shift. And the increases are going to look a little weird. So I think I want to do that instead. And then we're going to do that on the other side. Okay. So we want to crochet all the way to the other end. And then we're going to do the same thing. My camcorder has 10 minutes left. Let's see how far we can go in 10 minutes. Okay, so I don't know if you guys, whoops, dropped my pencil, have been paying attention to the Pop Mart new releases. They just released a new Labubu Big Into Energy, and I really wanted to get the Big Into Energy, but they ran out. They've always been running out of anything that's popular recently. Well, always. It's kind of like a similar occurrence all over the place. Whenever something popular, it just runs out and then they restock. And then they say that it's, you know, they've run out again. Okay, so in this one, I want to find out where the middle is. So I kind of try to flatten it and try to see. And it's kind of the same as what happened on the other side. So these are the two middle ones, but they're a little too far that way. So I want to shift one over. So whatever looks more to the middle, you want to do those. So since we've been increasing for 2 times, I'm going to do this. So increasing 2 times seems to be a little bit better because I feel like it creates some sort of like point if you just increase once. So increasing twice here, I feel like gives it more rounded look. And if shifting it over 1 stitch, I think it's working better than if I didn't shift it. So right now it's starting to look like this. Almost looks like, I don't know. Let's see. Okay. So that's what's going on right now. I do have only 8 minutes left on camera and it's kind of late. So I think I'm gonna call it a night and I'm gonna continue tomorrow. Alright, so let's keep going. Actually, let me turn on my light. There you go. Hopefully that's bright enough. I know it was hard to see when it was this yarn that I was working with. It's just super hard to see even in person, let alone a video. Okay, so let's work on this. We're going to keep going where we left off and just keep on growing this until we get to the length that we want. And I'm guessing we want it to be 3 times this size, or three times this length, at least, maybe 4, depending on how, actually maybe not 4, 3 times probably maximum, because, let's see, I want her body to be short. 2 to 3 times as much. We'll see. Actually, I have a birthday party that I'm going to today, or we're going to as a family. It's my nephew, he's turning 7. And my son is also going to be turning 7. 7 is kind of a big age in the Philippines. I'm from the Philippines, if you guys are new here. I was born there and then went to live in Singapore when my dad was... Okay, I'm getting distracted. Hold on. I want to increase here where the markers are. Yeah, so my dad is an engineer, and he got transferred there from work, so we had the opportunity to live in Singapore for, I think, almost 5 years, and then we ended up coming here to the United States, where I currently live now. Okay, so I just did 2 increases in those 2 where I marked it, so I'm gonna crochet a little bit more to see where we're gonna increase next, because we want to be in the middle 2, or even in the middle 3 if it starts to... Yeah, I think in the middle 3 now. Okay, so this is where we're going to increase 3 times. Okay, let's see where the middle 3 are. It's tricky because I only see 2, but I think I want to do this one, and this one. So I'm just going to put the marker here, and then the marker here. I don't have to put the marker in the middle because I know that I'm going to be increasing in all these stitches. There. So we're going to increase in these 3 stitches the next time we come around. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So, where was I? Yes, we came here when I was in 4th grade. So around 10 years old, something like that. And then around high school, freshman year, I believe, we moved again back to Singapore for a year and a half, I believe, and then we came back here for senior year. Yeah, I'm like, my memory's horrible, but I believe we came back here. No, I think junior year. Yeah, I think we were juniors. Me and my sister. I have a sister. I'm the oldest, and she's 1 year younger than me. So, yeah. Now I don't remember where I was going this. Where was I going with this? I got distracted with the crochet. Now I got distracted with where my story was going. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I actually don't remember where I was going with this. But anyway. Oh wait, I was saying I'm from the Philippines. Why? I actually don't remember. Anyway, maybe it'll come back to me. Okay, so we're going to increase in these 2 stitches here, and then we're going to find where the 3 stitches are in the middle after we do this. Okay. I think I was saying I'm from the Philippines because of some reason. I don't remember. Oh my gosh, my memory is so bad, and I'm just like so easily distracted. Okay, so these 3 stitches, this one, and this one. So I'm going to put the marker over here. There you go. Oops. Okay, so now it's growing. I'm not sure if it's growing as fast as I want it to. I think I might have to increase on the sides. I'm trying to think if I should. I will figure out when I come back around. I think I want to. Okay, so when I come back around this way, we're going to increase a couple stitches before those 3. So we're just going to keep going. Oh, that's right. Right. I was saying that my son's turning 7, and 7 is a special age in the Philippines because that's really the age that you start remembering things when you're older. You look back into your past and your childhood, and you tend to remember things from when you're at least 7 years old. And we decided that 7 is the age that you get an iPad. So I have an oldest daughter. She's 9, and she also had her iPad when she was 7. So now it's like a tradition. When they're 7, they get an iPad, and they get really. My son is really excited because he finally reached that age where he gets his own iPad. So that's exciting. We haven't bought it yet though. His birthday is in July, so he'll be super, super excited. And yeah, it's just a special age. And the theme for his birthday is going to be Pokemon, because they've been really obsessed with Pokemon recently. They've been watching the shows on Netflix, so that should be fun. I'm trying to think if I did make him something. Like I crocheted a giraffe, because giraffe is his favorite animal at the moment. I forgot what it was before. It might have been dogs, and now it's giraffes. So I made him one of those with the chunky yarn. And yeah, it should be a pretty special birthday. When my daughter turned 7, she wanted an Encanto birthday theme, so I made her a door, like those doors that they have in the movie, and you have your own special door, special room. Yeah, so I made her one of those doors, and she wanted it to be themed, Isabella themed, so it was full of flowers and it was colorful and stuff. So that was her birthday theme. And my son, I'm trying to think of what to do. I had a card made for him, like his own Pokemon card with his face in it. And Pikachu is his favorite Pokemon, so it's him and Pikachu. So I'll probably be posting that on my social media and the link to who made it for him. So yeah, it should be a great time, and I think he's gonna be so excited. Anyway, let's do this. So you see here the 3 stitches in the middle, and I skipped one. And then this right here, the stitch before that, I am going to do an increase right here. So 1, 2, and then I'm just gonna go 1, and then I'm gonna increase in these 3. 1, 2, and then another increase. 1, 2, and then another increase. 1, 2, and then I'm gonna skip 1 stitch and do an increase in the next one. 1, 2. So as you can see, it's not curling as much. We're gonna do that on the other end. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I think that's better. It makes I feel like it's making it grow just a little bit more this side instead of it being a little bit pointed. So we're gonna do that. I think I want to zoom in a little bit so I don't have to raise my arms so much. So yeah, let me know if in your, like where you're from, if 7 is a special age. I think the next for us would be when they turn 10 and then 13. Those ones are the ones that I kind of want to make a bigger deal out of their birthdays, even though their birthdays are already a big deal. Just to make it a little bit more special, especially when you're turning 2 digits and then a teenager. And then I think after that, it's going to be like one of those sort of sweet 16 things, but it's not going to be like that crazy. I'm not a huge, like I don't host a lot. I'm kind of more introverted in that way. I'm extroverted sometimes, but then a lot of times I'm introverted and I kind of just don't want to host. And then I keep on thinking about the cleanup that I have to do after the people leave. So yeah, I tend not to host. We hosted our daughter's first year here at our house, but all the other birthdays were either somewhere else or it's just kind of like a low key inviting their grandparents. So that's pretty much what we did for the rest of the birthdays. And the other first birthdays were at other people, like at their great mom's house or somewhere else. So that's pretty much how I want to do the birthdays. Okay, so these are the 3 in the middle. There's 1 stitch right here. that we would skip to increase. So we do one more. Okay, so this is where we increase right here. And then we skip one, don't increase here, and then the next one we increase. So we're going to increase in the next three. So increase, increase, and then increase again. Skip one, and then increase. Okay. Just realized I forgot to pick which ones I'm going to increase in. I'm thinking I want to do on the edge again, but let's see. Let's crochet until the orange, and then we're going to figure out where. Oops. Okay. Yeah, I have my alarm set for church, but I'm already up, so I don't need that alarm right now. I woke up really early today, around 4:30. That's usually what time I wake up. Like the early times that I wake up. I had the alarm set, but I think I woke up before then. I usually wake up really early, especially when they have school, because I like to do things in the morning in silence and no one's asking me questions. Because I have 4 kids, so my 2-year-old usually is asleep still, and my sons get up super early, and then they're like asking when breakfast is ready and where are they going to eat, and I need my silence and my quiet time in the morning to get their lunches ready and get their breakfast ready. So I like to wake up super early. I think usually 3 o'clock, and then I go take a shower, and then I come downstairs, and then I get everything ready. I mean, of course, I don't wake up at 3 o'clock every time. There are some times where I wake up late. One time I woke up, was it at 6 or like, I don't know. It was pretty late, and their bus comes around like almost 8 o'clock, but I'd like them to get ready around 7:30, like ready, dressed, ready to leave out the door and waiting for the bus. Because sometimes the bus comes really early, and I don't want to miss that. Anyway, so we've gotten all the way to the end. Let's see. Where does it look like? Okay, so these 3 look like the middle stitches right here. So I think we're going to keep going with that. I'm trying to hear if my sons are awake. I hear noises, but I did start the laundry. And now I'm thinking I probably should have waited. Because I put the laundry in last night, and then I forgot that I paused it because someone was taking a shower, so yeah, I forgot to turn it back on, so I had to wash it this morning so it wouldn't start to stink. But I mean, it takes a while for it to smell funny. Anyway, for this one, I think I want to do increase twice on here, like instead of skipping one and just one increase right here. Here, I think I'm making it more confusing. Okay, so once we get to this spot, instead of just increasing here where we would usually do it from like the previous time, I want to increase twice here, and then skip one, and then increase, 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 skip, increase, and increase. So I've just increased twice, and then I skip this one, and then I increase 3 times. And skip one, and then increase twice. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So here, trying to think, what are the 3 middle spots? Here, and here. Okay, so now we're going to keep going. Okay, so after here, actually, I want to see how big it is on her before I keep going. Okay, let's zoom out. So we wanted to wrap around her this way. Which is not bad. I think, I mean, I know on the actual doll there's like a white shirt here, and I think I'm gonna try to keep it simple and not so complicated. So I'm just gonna keep this pink, but then on the outer edges I want to line it with the whites because it's supposed to be white. So I'm gonna do this, and then let's see if it's gonna wrap around all the way around. I think I still have a good amount to go. I'm just gonna wrap it this way, and I think that would be fine. And then, you know, it's probably gonna be like, we'll see how long it's gonna get after we let it grow like this much. I'm thinking if we let it grow this much, it's just gonna go up to here, and I think that's where I want to stop because then it's gonna be too big. And I think that's good, and then we can start working on the jacket, which is the last big part until before we continue on to the body or into the legs. Okay, so let's keep going until the other end where the brown is. Oh, my hair got stuck. Don't you hate that when you're crocheting and then your hair gets stuck and you, I mean, it's fine if it's in your hands, there's no big deal, but then when you're crocheting and then I accidentally crochet my hair into it, I'm like, oh my gosh, do I really have to frog this? And if it's just for me and I'm not selling it or anything or giving it to anybody, I kind of just try to pull it out, and whatever's left in there, I kind of just leave. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. Okay, so for this one, the 3 middle, let's see, which ones are the 3 middle? I guess this one, I'm just going to guess this one. So this is where I want to increase. 1, 2, 3. And so that means I'm about to increase twice. 1, increase second time, this is a skip. And then I increase 3 times, and then I skip 1, and then increase, and then increase. So that's what we're going to do. Increase, increase, and then another increase. And then this one is skipped, and then increase 3 times. 1, whoopsies, 2. And then increase the second time. Oh, I don't want that caught. Okay. And then the third time. Well, I don't want to crochet this in. Okay. 1, 2. And then I'm going to skip this one. Increase here. And then increase the last time for this corner or for this end, and then there you go. Okay, so I'm thinking in the next one we don't have to increase so much on the ends because it's starting to like go like this. So I think that's good for now. We can probably just increase maybe 2 or 3 times instead of so many times next time. Okay, so this is the next one. Sometimes it's hard to tell which one's the next one after you've increased so much. Okay, so you keep going. So you know you're going on the right track if your piece looks oval like this, and it's fine if it kind of like comes up, because when you wrap it around her, you're not going to be able to tell. I'm sure there's a way to not have it buckle up like this. It's probably to do with my tension. Okay, so we're gonna keep going. Oh, that's right. I forgot to update you guys on the blanket I was making, the 6-day star blanket. And I just saw that, I mean, I was just trying to follow the instructions, and the instructions go all the way up to like, you know, the number of stitches that go in between the peaks. I was trying to go all the way up to 100 because that's where the instructions go up to. But the blanket, the instructions say the blanket throw size is just 5 repeats, and I feel like I went 5 or 6 repeats. So I'm like, wait, am I done? So I think it probably just took me either 6 or 7 days. I don't remember because I never counted how many repeats I did on the 6th day. But I'm pretty much done. And when I realized that, I kind of stopped working on it. But I wanted to make another edge, like on the end, because it was like a whole bunch of yellow and then a green and then more yellow. And I think I want to do some sort of like red on the edge. So yeah, I'm gonna work on that. My kids were using it the other day and they were kind of fighting over it. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I have to make another one. And I'm itching to make a new one. But one where the color changes are not necessary, like with the yarn that's already changing by itself. So I want to do that. I don't have a yarn to do that with. And the only thing that I have in Red Heart and anything this like medium yarn is, what is that? It's Christmas, like Christmas colors. And I only have one of those. So I can't really, yeah, I have to find another one. I'm thinking the Karen cakes, the Karen Blossom cakes, that looks really pretty. And it seems like it's softer than this, so I think I want to use that. Okay, so we've gotten to this point right here. So these are the middle ones. Let's see, no, I didn't mark it on the other side. I will do that later. Actually, I could do that now. So the middle 3, this one is the middle. I might not want to increase again on this part. I think I want to do increase, maybe just 1 increase on each end. So I want to probably do maybe like an increase right here, increase on the other side, similar distances from the middle. So I think I want to do that. So we've reached this side and it's time to increase probably, let's see. This is the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, okay. So here's the 3 middle. 1, 2, 3. And I want to skip the next 3 stitches next to it. So this one, and this one, I'm not going to increase in. But this one is where I want to increase. See that? Okay. So I want to increase there. So in the next stitch, we're going to increase. Oh no, let's see. Is it the next one? Whoops. No, it's not the next one. This one, we want to increase in this one. So 1, 2, so I've increased there. And then these ones, I'm just going to do single crochet. 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 stitches between these 3 and where I increased. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. We're not going to increase in these this time. and then 1, 2, 3, and then increase. 1, 2. So I think that looks a little better, because if I increased way more, then it wouldn't look good. But I feel like if I don't increase, it's not going to go great either. Okay, so we're going to do that on the other side too. Okay, I think I kind of want to take these out because I'm running out of room for our, well, actually, I don't want to cut anymore just to make this. You know what, I have a few more. Okay, so the middle for this here, actually now it's gone to 4. So I guess I'm going to go back to 2 instead of 3, because it looks like there's 2 in the middle. So find the 2 in the middle when you've gotten to this point, because it looks like, yeah, if I go 3, it just goes too much to the left or too much to the right. Anyway, yeah. So I'm just going to put a marker in the middle 2. And then I'm going to keep going to the other side. I'm going to do the same thing. And then we're going to be almost done this kimono. Okay. So after this character, I was planning on doing the next characters. Like her brother, I never watched the show. My husband did. And he said it's really good, but I don't know, for some reason it's been taking me so long to watch it, and this is bringing me flashbacks back when you guys were telling me to watch Death Note, and I just never did, and then it took me a while to actually get back into it, and now I love it. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to commit to a show. I get too lazy to start, because then I get like really into it and binge watch, and then that's all I do, and I don't do anything else. So I mean, that's really the reason why I don't want to start a show. Okay, so these are the 3 middle. I want to do 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I have 3 more stitches before I get there. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here you see in the middle 1, 2, 3. And then we want to skip the 3 stitches before that. So 1, 2, 3. We're gonna increase, whoops, here. So we're gonna increase 1, 2, and then we're just gonna do 3 single crochets. Another 3 single crochets. So we're not going to increase in any of these. And then another 3 single crochets. So that's pretty much like 9 single crochets in between the increases. Now we're going to increase. And there you have it. We've increased here. So now, actually I want to see if this is long enough. It's pretty big right now. So let's see. Like I said, it's hard to tell when I haven't made the legs yet. And now I'm kind of guessing how long the body is actually going to be. So I think, see, it's going to wrap around like this. Oh, she's so cute. I kind of just want to leave it this way. Anyway. So she's going to be like this, and then she's going to have her legs down here. So I think I want to stop, no, a couple more. I want to go a couple more, just to make it a little bit longer, and so that the kimono wraps a little bit more around. So I want to go a couple more. I do want to take these out though. Okay, so I'm going to start taking these out. I'm just going to, not all of them, just the ones that we did. Oh my gosh, did this get crocheted in? No, it didn't. Just getting stuck. Okay, so these ones we're going to use still. Okay, so we're going to get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this would have been the 6th one, but I didn't put anything here. So we increased about 6 times on each end. Okay, so this one. So that's the 6th one. I actually don't need to keep it there to find the middle. Here. And here. Okay. So I want to go. So this time around would be the 7th time I'm going to increase. Okay, so for here, I just want to increase in these 2 ends. I mean these 2 middle ones, so increase. And then increase again. So that's it. We're just going to take this out because we don't need it. So that's the 7th time I'm increasing here. So then we're going to go all the way around and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so for this end, we're going to do the same thing. So these are the 2 middle ones. We're going to increase in both. So 1, 2, and then 1, whoops, 2. I'm going to take this out. Okay, so we are getting there. Okay, so for this part on this side, I want to do here, and the next one next to it, and then on this one, the brown side, I want to do here. And then the next one. Okay. Okay, so that's what it looks like right now. Okay, so we've reached the middle. I'm just going to take this out so I don't, because I keep getting this caught. So we're going to increase twice. Increase where the markers used to be at. Okay, and then I'm going to go all the way to the other end to the brown. So I'm not going to put the marker back on because I believe this is going to be the last. We're going to be increasing. I think I want to just stop here because I think I did, what did we do, 2 already since we checked. I think this should be good. Okay, so we're going to increase twice. 1, 2, and then another one. 1, 2. Okay, I want to kind of crochet all the way to the middle because I don't want the loose end to show, or I don't want it to be obvious that that's where I stopped. So I'm going to keep going until the middle because that will be on the back and you won't be able to see it. Alright, I think this length with that is actually good because I want to be able to see the legs too. So we're going to stop there. I'm going to finish off and then we're going to work on the jacket. Alright, where are my scissors? Oh, there they are. Goodness gracious, this workspace is so messy. Okay, we're going to finish off here. I actually want to leave a little bit of a tail just in case I need to do something, but okay, let's see. I do want to get some white. Let me get, okay, this white, which is not Red Heart. I don't remember what this is, but just get any white. And we are going to continue all the way around just once. So we do want to do an increase in the end. Just a little bit, just so it doesn't curl too much. So I'm going to do, this is not a clean color change, but we're not going to be able to see it. It's going to be behind her, so it doesn't really matter if you do it cleanly or not. So, I mean, you don't even have to hide the loose ends if you don't want to, because it's going to be behind her. Okay. So you want to go all the way around. Actually, since we're doing that, we might as well just finish this off. Well, do a slip stitch. And then let's just actually join it. Let's join the yarn here. Do a chain one and then crochet that same stitch. Oops, it's crocheting with the wrong end. Let's do that again. Actually, where we're gonna, here. Let's make sure it's the right end this time. That's the wrong one. This one. All right. So we're going to chain one, crochet in the same stitch you went into, and then just keep going. At this end, we're going to increase a little bit. Okay, so these seem like the three middle ones. We want to increase here. So this, and then now we've reached the middle three, and we're going to increase here. So one, increase, a second increase, and a third increase. We're going to do the same thing to the other side, and this is going to be the last time we're going to be increasing with the white. Okay, so here are the 3 middle. I just want to increase there. So increase, increase, and increase one last time. And there you go. We're just going to go all the way down to where we started. And then instead of going, whoops, I'm at the bottom. So this is where we did our finishing off. So I kind of just want to hide this tail end here. And then we're just going to go in here where we had finished off and just join into this stitch right here. There, we are done. Okay, so we're just going to cut this off and we're just going to weave in the ends. I don't think I'm actually going to have to sew anything back here, so I might have to cut that long tail. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And I think it looks great. Let's see. Gosh, there's a lot of loose ends. Let's move this aside. So let's see what this looks like. It's gonna be like this. Yeah, I like how that looks. Okay, so it's going to be somewhat like this. Okay, so now we're going to work on the jacket. See how if I make this bigger, this one would have been looking too big, and she would have been like gigantic. And then the jacket too, because we also need the jacket, unless we don't do the jacket, but I want to do the jacket. So that's that. We're going to deal with the loose ends later. And then I'm going to go ahead and work on the jacket. Okay, for this part we are going to work on that green thing in front of her face. I don't know what it's called. Let me know in the comments below what it actually is. I believe it stops her from doing something. I forget. I think my husband told me what it was, but I completely forgot what it was. It's been a while since we talked about Demonslayer, so I don't remember what he said about it. I vaguely remember, but yeah. So this one we're gonna do 6 single crochets in the magic circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more, and then we're just pretty much gonna do a tube. 3, 4, whoops, 5, and 6. So pretty much after we do this part, we can close up, we can continue on to the body, or the jacket. Actually, I kind of want to, I'm trying to figure out which one I want to do. Yeah, there it is. That's the first row done. I'm just going to put a marker right here just so I can keep track how many rows I'm going to do. So there's one row. We're working on the second one. I do want to stuff this in here though. I'm using the loose end to just be the stuffing. Okay, I think that's long enough. Okay, so now I'm going to cut a little bit of the green. Well, let's finish this off. Then I also want to cut off some of it because I want to stuff the rest of this little tube more. Because if I don't, this end is going to be... I'm going to stuff this the rest of it. Okay, so I did. So now this is the second row. Remember when I did the first row, I didn't do a marker. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8 rows. I'm going to take this out. And then we're just going to sew that together. Okay, that's what we're going to do for this. And then I'm just going to hide the end. Okay, so I know that in the picture there's a stripe here. I wonder if I'm going to do that. Let's see what I didn't bother doing the stripe, and I think it's okay without one. So I'm just going to leave it that way. Actually, yeah, because I feel like it's going to be too bulky if I put the stripe in there. Like there's one here. And yeah, I feel like that would be too much. I'm going to try to hide this end. all the way in there. All right, there you go. And we're going to need to do, so it looks like this. I'm going to need to do like a red thing around. You know what? I probably could have finished off, like continued onto the body without doing this first, because this is probably just going to attach to the back of her head where her hair is going to cover the loose ends. So for this, I'm just going to keep going and go into the legs. Here we're going to create a long chain so that we can wrap this around her head. For here, we're just going to use some red yarn and just pull it through one of the ends, and then you can start making your chain. For round 31, we're going to do 2 single crochets and an increase, and we're going to repeat this 8 times. For rounds 32 to 33, we are going to do 32 single crochets. This is it for part 2. Stay tuned for part 3. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. See you in the next one.